I'll make a recording of this too, just in case anyone needs to come back for it. All right. All right, so for those of you guys that are online, you should see the Blackboard site. And you'll have to give me feedback occasionally because I don't have two screens in here, so I don't know. Are y'all seeing the Blackboard site right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome, cool deal. Okay, so let's take a look at this. If we were to go into our assignments, right now we are in Module 2 Lab. And we would start working right here on this Word 2 assessment and this Word 3 assessment. But instead of doing that, in lieu of that, we're going to do what we did last class. I think it's easier for the students. I think it's easier for everyone, and there's not so much pressure. So what we're going to do is we're going to, if you look at this Word file, how did I get here? I went into, how do we get to Word? Is that what you're asking? Come here and this one. Or you might find it there, but I say just go there and type in WOR. Okay, so if you look at this assignment guide, we completed really a little bit more than this last class. So we really went a little bit further. You'll see your grades are already added into Blackboard for that. So we're going to finish this out today. You guys do have a final project that's due, and I'm going to share with you how to do that. And then you also have a discussion board, so we will hit that up too. The actual class portion, though, is going to take us maybe about 20 minutes to hit up all the tasks that are in these. After that, I'm going to share with you how to do the Word final project. And then you guys will have working time. So let's go ahead and get started. To open up Microsoft Office Word, if you click on this little magnifying glass at the bottom of your screen and type WOR or WORD, and it's going to open Word for you. And we're going to choose a blank document. So for those of you guys that are working virtually, if you just open yourself a blank document, I know a couple of you guys have math books, so you'll find things in different areas. At the end of this, I'll just have you share your screen to show me your file, and then you can earn your credit for it if that's cool with you. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. Last class, we identified most everything that we needed from this Home tab, but there's still a couple of things left that we still need. Instead of typing out a bunch of text, we're going to add text into our document like we did last class. This way, we don't have to type a bunch. So we're going to type equals RAND, open parenthesis, closed parenthesis, no spaces, equals RAND, open parenthesis, closed parenthesis, and hit enter. And that's going to put some random text into your file. All right, did everyone get some random text in here? Awesome. Very cool. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we completed most of the tasks from this font grouping and some of them from the paragraph grouping, but there's a couple of them that we're still going to need to hit up. We're going to hit up the styles and the editing today too. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is the styles. Did you realize that Microsoft organizes the software to have everything that you would use most commonly on your Home tab? Many of you have probably not used these styles before, so I'm going to share with you what these styles are. And then I'm going to show you a trick about it. So in order for the styles that I want to share with you to work, they have to have a word on its own line. So just before the word video at the very beginning, put your insertion point there and type the word video. I don't care if it's caps or not caps, doesn't matter to me. Type the word video and then hit enter.
Hey, I'm trying to get there. I'm a little behind, but I'm trying my best to get in.
Oh, okay. Is that Nate? Who is that?
Tyler.
Oh, Tyler. Okay. Then where it says, the paragraph that says to make your document look professionally produced, click before the T in 2 and type the word document and hit enter. So what we're kind of doing here is we're putting, do you see how we're kind of making headings? Do you see that? So what happens is like each, it stinks you guys over here because in order to see anything, you need to be like the exorcist to turn your head, right? So yeah, it makes it tough on this side. And they took away a lot of the really prime seating. All right, so now this paragraph that says themes and styles, we're going to click before the T in themes, and we're going to put in there the word, let's do the word themes. So we're just going to type the word themes again, and then hit enter.
So I don't have it downloaded, Word downloaded on this computer yet. So is there any way for me to access it through the Office 365, or I can't do that?
You can go and log on to your Office 365 account and open it online. You'll be missing a few things, but as long as you're participating, I'll still give you credit.
Okay, so I'm in the Office 365 and it's just showing like forms and sway and project.
Oh, it doesn't have Word on there?
No.
Oh.
Let me try logging in again.
Do you have a roommate or someone who might have a computer you could use?
Not at the moment. It'd have to be whenever they get home.
So I am recording this, so if you want to go back and do it based off of the recording, you could do that, or you could do the Cirrus stuff. Just the Cirrus stuff is more detailed, and as a student, I'm not as detailed as a student, so if someone shows me, I work better.
Okay, so I could come back and do this. Where's the recording going to be?
I'll post it to the class and tell you where it's located once I stop the recording.
Okay.
But the recording won't process until like this afternoon. It takes it a couple of hours to process. As soon as it processes, I'll post it to the announcements and let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Okay. All right, so check this out. So what we did is we kind of created like these headers, and typically what I see students do is they would come in here and maybe select video and then make it bold, right? But we're not going to do that. We're going to use the styles over here, because when you use the heading styles listed here, it creates more for you than just having like a bold heading. So it's actually pretty cool. So select the word video and make it a heading 1. Do you see heading 1? All right. And then select the word document and make that also a heading 1. And let's say that the word themes, select the word themes, and we're going to make that a heading 2. Do you see heading 2? So what happens here is it's placing formatting on there, but did you notice as soon as you started making headings, it created a navigation on the left? Did you see that pop up?
Yeah.
So if we were blind and we were using a reader and it was reading this to us, that would be our table of contents. A reader would ask the user, do you want to go to video, document, or themes? Because on that navigation, click on video and it takes you to the video section. If you click on the word document, it takes you to the document section. And if you click on themes, but we have eyes and we can see, so this doesn't seem to benefit us maybe all that much, except for, let's do this. Before the V in video, hit enter to give yourself a blank space. And then click back up in that empty space.
Hold on, before you said put it in front of video and then hit enter.
Yeah, we're going to make a blank space at the top. So put your insertion point before the V in video at the very tip top and then hit enter.
How do you get a blank space?
You just gave it to yourself by hitting enter. Click on your formatting. Remember we learned that one? And so you have 2 blank spaces now. You can hit backspace and take one out if you want. All right, anyone have trouble with that step? So what we're going to do is we're going to make a visual. Oh, you got it. You got it. We're going to make a visual table of contents. Now, last week we learned this button here, which was our show hide button, and it just simply shows our formatting. Remember this button here? And it just shows our formatting. So if I just wanted to see if I had a blank space here, I could just say, oh, yep, I do. Blank space right there. And now what we're going to do is make sure your insertion point's on that blank line. And we're going to come up here to the Reference tab. And we're going to select on the far left, Table of Contents. Under this Table of Contents, choose any of those. It doesn't matter which one you select. And now you have a Table of Contents in your file. I have seen people who needed a Table of Contents and were honestly typing in the word video, hitting the period, and then typing the number 1 because they didn't understand that this is how Word works. So let's say you have to do a project for your psychology class or something and you want it to be really nice. And you're like, hey man, I want to put a table of contents in there. And so if you just go to your review tab, your reference tab, and click your table of contents and select one, it'll go right in there. It only does that because you put the headings in place. All right? If you didn't have the headings from your home tab in there, it would not work. All right, let's go ahead and also insert some page numbers onto our file. So let's go to the Insert tab. And on the far right, you'll see your header and footer, and choose page numbers. And let's say, I don't care if you choose top or bottom. I'm going to choose the bottom of the page, plain number 3. As long as you've got a page number in there, that's all I ask for. And it'll then take you to either your header or your footer, and everything else is grayed out. But when you come up here and say close header and footer, or just simply double click in your document area, double click, it will take you back to your regular document. All right, so now you guys just learned how to add a table of contents into your document. Pretty cool. Did y'all know you could do that before? And it's super easy. First, you put a heading style on, then you insert your table of contents. Now, let's come to our Insert tab. And we're going to put on here, is it Design? No, it's Insert. We're going to put a cover page on here. My cover page must be hidden under something else. Here it is. My screen is smushed up, so I don't have all my buttons released. But if you go to your Insert tab, on the far left is Cover Page. Do you see that? Now I want you guys to add a cover page. It doesn't matter to me which cover page you select. Just select a cover page for your file. Once you select a cover page, you'll see here you've got your document title, and you just simply click and type. So where it says document title, click there and type your name. And where it says document subtitle, if you have one, you could put classwork. Make sure that you fill in all of the template that you selected. Let's say, like here I have dates. If I click here, it's going to give me the date picker. I can pick the date. Down here it says company address. If I don't feel like typing that, remove it. Always make sure if you're going to use a template and you don't feel like filling the whole thing in, just remove the parts that you're not going to use. Awesome. And if you don't want to do a company, just hit delete on your keyboard and that will go away. Awesome.
Miss Tori,
Yes, sir.
Do you have any tissue?
There's paper towels up there, or you could run to the restroom if you need to.
Is there a restaurant on this hall?
There's one at the very corner right there. Hit the delete button. Yep, hit delete, and it'll take you away. Oh, there you go. And click here and hit delete, and it'll go away. There you go. Awesome. All right, so everyone's filled in, so now you guys know how to place in a cover page, right? Pretty cool. So you've just turned a regular old document into something that looks way prettier. You put a cover page on there, you've got a table of contents, and then you've got your content. However, your table of contents usually has its own page, right? So do you see in between your contents, your table of contents, and your content? You should have an empty space. If you don't, make one. You should have an empty space in here. And what we're going to do on that empty space is we're going to insert a page break. So that page break, what that's going to do is put your table of contents on its own page. So if we come up here to our Insert tab, you're going to find that there is a page break button on the left side of your screen. Choose your page break. And so now if we were to look at our file, we have a nice cover page, we have a table of contents, and then we have our content. That was pretty easy, right? So a couple of things that just make your Word file a little bit more professional. However, guess what I'm noticing? This here is actually page 2. But my table of contents says that all of that is on page 1. So what use is it to me if it's not accurate? You can update your table of contents at any time. So as you add more content or add more headings, like let's say that I come down here and I added another heading right here called Reader. And you can do this or you can just watch. If I added another heading here, right, it shows on my navigation, but it doesn't show in my table of contents. So now my headings aren't all there and my numbering is wrong. So if I wanted to update this, I could just click on top of my table of contents. Do you see when you move your mouse on top, it turns gray? So if I click on top of my table of contents, it's going to say that I can update the table. I added a page break in for you because that's what we did. This way you wouldn't feel lost. So now we are right here. We're going to say to update that table. Yeah, we're just about to do that.
Okay.
So when you click here, it's going to say update your table. Do you see that? Choose to update your table. And if I've only changed page numbers, I choose page numbers only. If I've changed more, I'll say update the entire thing. And then say, okay, now I've got my additional heading and my page numbers have updated. Does that make sense? Cool deal? All right, a couple of last little things because you guys are going to need these for your final project, and then we're done with this. All right, what we're also going to do is learn how to insert a picture. So go to the end of your document, and we're going to come up here to the Insert tab, and we're going to say that we would like an online picture. In honor of the baseball team today, I'm going to choose a baseball since they're not physically with us. You can choose whichever, whatever search you prefer. I'm not designating what image you need to put in there today, but I just want you to see that you can search. All right, select one of the images and tell it to insert. So now you should have a picture in there.
You see one at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, you can put it anywhere in your file as long as you can insert a picture. I'm cool with that. Now, my picture is really large, so you know that you can go to the corner of your picture and get the two-headed arrow like this and make it larger or smaller whatever suits your needs. So if you want to make yours a little smaller, I want mine to fit up on my page.
Miss Tori.
So far today in class, we've learned how to insert a picture, insert a table of contents, add a cover page, add a table of contents. Did I say that already? And now we're going to learn how to add a page border.
Miss Tori.
Tell me again. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, it's online. I'm like, I know I heard a voice. What you got?
Mine, I have a MacBook and it won't let me search the internet for a picture. It only
Oh,
lets me files or my photos.
that's okay. Do you have a picture you can insert from your computer that's appropriate?
No, I don't have any pictures on my laptop.
Okay, that's okay. Keep trucking along with us. It's okay. All right. So one of the last things that we're going to work on here is adding a page border. To add a page border to make your file look pretty, you're going to come right up here to your design tab. On your design tab, we're going to go all the way to the far right, and you're going to see watermark, page color, and page border. We'll select the page border button. And you could choose a box or a shadow, 3D, any of these over here under your settings. And then you could choose whatever style you wanted just to make it look pretty. You could even come down here, see where the category says art. You could choose from some of the art ones to make something look different. And it gives you a preview of what it will look like. Once you've selected one, and that doesn't matter to me which one you select, once you select one, say OK, and it will get added on to your file. All right. And you can choose any of these by just manipulating it, or you could come down here under art and choose one. And it doesn't matter which one you choose. Okay. How do you go about this? Pretty easy. I want to share with you one last thing about pictures. Let's say that you inserted a picture and it had a background on it. Let me see if I can find one. Like this apple's got a background. And you really like this picture, but you really wish it didn't have the background on it. Did you know that if you go up under your format for your picture, you could come over here and say remove background, and you've got the option, and it tries to identify where the background is located. This one's a little confused, but you can say mark areas to keep, and you could come in here. So let's say that I wanted to keep all this right here. All right, I'm not the best artist, but if you've got some kind of an image that you were really trying to use and you really loved it, but you didn't love the background, you could come in here and use that, and it will do an okay job of removing your background if you're trying to use an image. So that's kind of something new that Microsoft has that's kind of cool. All right. Once you guys have made it and completed all these tasks, once you have your cover page, you've got your page border, your cover page has all of your things filled in, you've got a table of contents, you've got page break, and if you don't have your show hide button on, you won't see that it says page break. And then you also have content with your headings and an image. That's what our goal was to complete for today. So if you're in class, you can just hit make sure your name is on the cover page. If you're online, for the online people, you can hit save and email it to me. Or if you want, you can share your screen in a little bit and show me what you got. However you feel most comfortable.
You want all three?
Yeah, it'll print all of them.
Excuse me.
Awesome. And if you're ready, I'll take them from you. This way you don't forget to give them to me. Make sure your name is on your cover page. Your name's on there. Awesome. You got your name on there. I'll take it from you. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cool deal. Awesome. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about what we've covered so far? What about the online people? Everyone online okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool deal. Okay. So if you're online and you want to email those to me, if that's the easiest way for you to do it, I will absolutely take it that way. And then you don't have to complete. So if you look at their graded assignments for this module, everything that's yellow up there is what we've completed at this point if you have not missed class. So we have two last things left. They're the green items to complete. So let's take a look at these two last things. If I come in here and I go into, show you where I'm going, assignments, and I click into my Word module, assignments module 2, the first thing I'm going to do since we have Word open is I'm going to look at this final project right here. Final project. And there's kind of an example video that's here that will help you with the final project. However, I'm going to take a look at all of these items. So basically, you're promoting a new product. Like pretend you're on that show called Shark Tank or something like that, and you're trying to talk about your new product. And I'm going to say that my new product is self-tying shoes, all right? So ultimately, you're going to build on each other. You're going to make a Word flyer, then a spreadsheet in Excel, and then a presentation in PowerPoint. But we haven't learned Excel and PowerPoint yet. So at this point, we're only creating our Word flyer. So for now, you're only going to use Word and you're only going to create the flyer. So you're going to create a professional looking one-page flyer and you're going to add these items to it. I'm going to do this really quick in class so that you guys can see and follow the steps. And at that point, if you don't know how to do one of the steps, you can check it out. Or write down the steps as you're doing it. So it says that I need to have a one page with a cover page. I need a page border. I need a still shape or character, a smart art graphic, a modification to the font grouping, a minimum of one modification to the paragraph grouping, a text description, an image that is formatted, and it needs to be complete and look professional. So let's take a look at this. All right, you're going to watch me do this final project in just a couple of minutes. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to choose a new, don't choose a template, make sure you choose a new blank document. And I'm going to say up here, self-tying shoes, even though I is tying. T-Y-I-N-G, self-tying shoes. All right. Oh, I can't spell shoes. Okay, so I have a brief description. I've got a title. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go to my insert. I'm going to choose an online picture. I'm going to look up shoes. I'll find a picture of a pair of shoes. I'm going to delete this text below my online picture because you really don't want that in there. So I've got a title. I'm going to put some bullets in here. They are leather. They self-tie. They are affordable. And they are good looking. All right, and then I'm going to add something like, all right, so I'm going to go ahead. I know I need to have a page border, so I'm going to choose my page border. I'm going to go to my design tab, page borders button, and choose a page border. And if I look back over here, let's look at my list of requirements. I need it to be one page plus a cover page. So, okay, I'll come back over here and I'm going to say insert pages, cover page. Choose the cover page that I think will work best for this. And I'm going to choose something really simple. So there's my cover page. Make sure you don't leave any of these items blank in your cover page. If you don't like it, if you don't like the piece that's in there, just select it and hit delete. All right, so I've got one page plus a cover page, no problem with that. I've got my page border, no problem with that. I need a shape or a special character, and that's something we did not go over, but a shape or a special character is something that could be as simple as insert and shapes. And maybe for my shape, I would like to have like one of these little explosions. And I'll make the explosion down here at the bottom. And I'll say new. All right, so that would count as inserting my shape or a special character. I could also come up here somewhere if I wanted to. I could say insert and choose a shape, and maybe, you know, I want to use an arrow, and I could say like look or something, I don't know, whatever. I mean, you guys can be creative. And I'm going with a black and white theme apparently, since I've got a black and white image. All right, so that task is complete. Now I need a smart art or a graphic or a formatted table. So to insert a smart art or graphic, you just go to your insert tab and choose the smart art button. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to say smart art process, and you could choose any of them. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to say here that you buy the shoe self-tie, and then never bend over again. All right, so there's that. I can come up here and change my color scheme if I wanted to and make it look more like, you know, the rest of my file. And I can make it smaller too if it's too big. So I got my smart art graphic in there. And I need one modification from the font grouping. Well, the font grouping is this grouping right here. So one modification could be just simply self-tying shoes. I'm going to increase my font size. I'm going to make it bold. That's 2 modifications. I'm going to change the color. That's 3 modifications. All right, so you choose which modifications you use. Maybe if I want to underline, now I just did 4 modifications. All right. Then it's going to say use a minimum of one modification from your paragraph grouping. And your paragraph grouping is right here. I've already used bullets, so my bullets count. My bullets count as the option from here. I could also hit center on something. Maybe I wanted to center this image here. That counts as my modification. So you just have to have one modification from here, and at this point I've got two. And then it's going to ask to give a text description, which I've already done, to have an image of the product, which I've already done. But it says my image needs to be formatted. Okay, so to format this image, I click it and I come up and select my Format tab. And then I come in here and, you know, I could say remove the background. It's got kind of a shadow on there. Oh, that's going to be more difficult, so maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to come in here and choose to change the color to a gray. There we go. Any of the items that you choose, artistic effects, you know, if you choose one of those, any of these options that you choose under your format work, all right? It's going to ask for overall completeness, creativity, and professional look, and your cover page is worth 15. These numbers back here, that's your point values for everything. So you guys could actually complete this assignment in like way less than 10 minutes. So this is not above your skill level. One of the things you want to double check yourself on is you have to have 2 pages when you turn it in, your cover page and your regular page. So you want to make sure that you don't hit 3 pages. All right. So any questions about this final project? Are y'all cool with that? All right. So your directions for that can be found in your Word module. So if you go in, and it gets turned in there also. You need to turn it in there. So you go to your Module 2 Lab, and you scroll to the very bottom. Your set of directions are there. It's going to tell you what to save it as. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care what you save it as. It's going to get turned into you anyway. And to turn it in, you click on this title link right here. Doesn't look like, because it's weird, but see this title link that says M2 F1 Word Project Final? When you click there, you scroll down and say browse my computer and attach your file there once you've saved it. All right? The only other assignment that you guys have is a quick little discussion board about keyboard shortcuts. And if y'all do that today, that's cool. If not, we can pick up with that our next class. No big deal. All right? So work on that. Actually, this stuff is not due until September 22nd. So if you want to work on your final project today, you can work on it today. If you want to work on it next class, you can work on it next class. I'm guessing the baseball team will still be quarantined, so this way they're not behind. So this stuff is not actually due until the 22nd, which is next week. And so what does that mean that next week is going to be? A work day. So we worked last week, we worked today, so next Tuesday is simply a work day. All right? So this stuff is not due until the 22nd. All right, so if you want to come in on the 22nd, do your discussion board, work on your final project, that's cool, whatever it is you want to do. All right, so for those of you guys in the online class, how do you feel about this? You got any questions?
I believe I understand it pretty good. No,
Okay. All right, well, listen, next Tuesday is just a work day, so you're not going to miss anything. If you complete this stuff here today, you're not going to miss anything, you know, next class. It's just a work class, all right?
So you said this was going to be posted later tonight, so I could do it?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go in and hit stop recording right now.